Hey guys, this is Mickey Bacon. I want to let you guys know where we're at with this car. First of all, I mentioned that I switched the 1-barrel carburetor to a 2-barrel carburetor. And when I went to start it, I'm having issues with the carburetor. It starts up at a high pitch, a high rev, but I can't get it down to idle and I can't get it to stay running. It revs up and then it shuts down. So I'm thinking maybe maybe the jets, a couple of the jets inside are clogged. So I may have to rebuild that, take it apart, rebuild it, put it back with the carburetor anyway. I already, under the car, I'm going to show you the two videos. I put the transmission line, connected the one that was bad, and I also took down the transmission pan and I put a new gasket. Okay guys, I finished putting the transmission line, which is right there. Going here, going right into the radiator. And so far so good. So far it's not leaking, so that's cool. Okay, this is another thing I'm going to be doing is the master cylinder. It's a single master cylinder, which means that if something goes wrong like it did to me with the front brakes and the liquid leaks out, you have no brakes. So I'm going to change it to this. Way safer. This is a dual master cylinder. Well, most of you guys know, with the dual master cylinder, you got a separate reservoir for the front and one for the back. It's this way, if something happens, you still have brakes, either in the front or the back. So that's more safer. So I'm going to be putting this there. I'm going to be taking apart the carburetor, but first, I'm going to work on the rear end. I suspect that the gear oil in the rear end is no bueno because, 58 years, I'm sure nobody's never changed it. So I'm going to take the cover off the back. I'm going to clean the gears with parts cleaner, wipe it all down, make it nice and clean, put the gasket on the cover, put it back on the rear end, and I'll put some fresh gear oil in it and maybe paint the rear end with the pumpkin and everything. That's something I'm going to be showing you. That's the first job I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing that today. Okay, so that's the rear end. We're looking at 8 bolts. I believe they look like 9/16. I'm about to go in there, take the bolts out, where I take the bolts out and remove that. That's what I'm going to do first. Hopefully I can catch the dirty oil with the pan and not make too much of a mess. Okay, here I go. Well, it's a little hard to hold the camera and take it apart. So I'm going to do one so you guys can see how easy they come out. Okay, see that? So I'm going to take the rest out, and then I'm going to let you guys see what's going on. So I got all the bolts out. Now I'm going to pry from the bottom, so all the bad oil can fall into here. Well, okay, here goes nothing. There goes the black stuff. Oh, it smells. That is 58-year-old gear oil. It's amazing. People overlook changing the fluid in the rear end. That's usually something nobody thinks about. But you gotta keep it clean. You gotta maintain the car because with fresh oil it runs better and you do less damage to the gears inside. So that's why I'm doing it. But it stinks. And there we go. And there we go. Actually, the gears don't look bad at all, from what I can see. Anyway, again, I'm going to turn you guys off so I can get in there and do what I got to do. Bacon out. Okay, guys. There you go, guys. I cleaned it out. I cleaned it out the best I could. Now I'm going to go make a gasket and put the cover back on. Well, I'm going to scrape this gasket off, finish cleaning this. Well, here goes the cover of the differential. I cleaned it up, and I'm about to spray paint it. I'm going to spray paint the red. Well, there you go, guys. I just had just enough paint to paint the one coat. There you go. That's better than it was before. It looks clean. There you go. Now next, I'm going to make the gasket for it, and I'm going to put it back on the differential and put the gear oil, and we're done. Anyway, bake it out. Hey guys, this is the gasket I made. And I'm about to put silicone on the gasket and put it on there so I can put it on the rear end. Okay guys, bake it out. There you go, guys. I put the gasket, I painted the cover, and I cleaned it up and I put it back in. There you go. I know it's not perfect, but it's good. It really is. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is paint the rear end part, you know, and I'm gonna paint that black. I know this is horrible camera work, but it's hard to be under here and control the camera. Anyway, that's about it for now. The only thing I got left to do is put the gear oil, and I'll do that tomorrow. So I hope you got something out of this. Baking out.